when I realized that I was addicted to my phone, that I was addicted to social medias, that I was addicted to Netflix, that I was addicted to YouTube, my goal and mindset were to eliminate this addiction as fast as possible. To just decide, okay, I won't touch them anymore, and then on the same day, never do those bad habits again. That's the mindset I had with this. I touched myself with enough willpower, enough time resisting the cravings, enough dopamine detox. I can just decide today, just quit the bad habit, and just with sheer willpower and discipline, just get through it. And I tried and tried and tried, and I failed every single time. Once I managed to spend a whole week without the bad habits, next week went back to it. And when I went back, it was like a massive crash, no progress, and the addiction just became worse. I had this mindset for so long, and every time I tried this mindset, I failed. Even recently, I developed this mindset, and I kind of started sharing this mindset. Oh yeah, oh just do your best to just avoid it as much as possible. When you're truly addicted to something, it's not that easy. It doesn't work like that. So trying to just not just never do it again, even though you're still very addicted to it. Just go from doing it for 6 hours a day to just never doing it again. It's like very stupid. It won't work for most people. It's not the right mindset. It's the right mindset if you want to stay stuck at the same stage for years. Because you're gonna keep failing and it's not gonna get better. But as I learned recently that the best way to get rid of addiction is to see it as a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. It doesn't happen overnight. It does take some time and you need to become okay with it. Because you've learned that addictions are bad, that they're holding you back. That spending time on social media is holding you back. Spending time on TikTok is holding you back. Spending time on Netflix is holding you back. Watching porn is holding you back. Now you know it. So every time you do it, you feel bad about yourself. You feel horrible about yourself. You're blaming yourself, you anger yourself. It seems productive, but it's actually very unproductive to do. To actually feel bad, become angry at yourself. Because when you really think about it, when it's a time where you're most likely to do a bad habit, the time when you anger at yourself, when you're sad, when you're kind of depressed, or the time when you're super happy, super satisfied, it's most likely the time where you're depressed that you're likely to do the bad habit. It's most likely when you feel bad that you're likely to do the bad habit. So, kind of saying, oh yeah, it's kind of saying like, oh yeah, I did the bad habit. I'm an asshole. I'm a dumbass. I'm stupid. Making yourself feel bad. It's doing kind of the opposite of helping you or serving you. It's not serving you at all. It's doing the opposite. When you find yourself doing the bad habit, I know it sounds counterproductive. I know it doesn't sound so cool. When you find yourself doing the bad habit, if you found yourself doing it, at least enjoy it. At least enjoy the process because beating yourself up for it is not going to bring you anything. But if you at least do your best to enjoy the seconds, the time you're spending on the bad habit as much as possible, you'll just be happier and most likely to stop your session short because you're not going to feel bad about yourself. And when you know, don't feel bad about yourself, more you're better fit to use your real power to in the future than hold like resist that bad habit. Because often when you start doing the bad habit and you start feeling super bad about yourself, horrible about yourself, It's often when you do that that you start just getting back into a rut. You did the bad habit once, you started blaming yourself, feeling bad about yourself, insulting yourself, and then you just went back and started doing it every single day again for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But don't have the mindset of, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go from 100 to 0. No. Have more of this mindset of this, like maybe this month, I will try to spend, to just do the bad habit 25 times. It's a mindset I learned from Hamza and another YouTuber, some YouTuber. Next month, I'll try to have to do the bad habit just 23 times. And then just 21 times, just 19 times. Over time, you slowly decrease it. I don't really use that mindset. I more use the mindset of, oh yeah, I'm going to try my best to focus more on my work. So I have a timetable, and I'm more, and instead of more focusing on the time I spend avoiding the bad habit, I'm more focused on increasing the time I spend following my timetable. I'll just focus on following my timetable to the dot as much as possible, as best to my ability as I can. I know exactly what I have to do from what time to what time. My whole day is planned. So I do my best to just follow it. And when I follow it, it's pretty easy to not do bad habit. I don't really create them. There are some days when I'm gonna relapse and I'm I'm mindful of it. So my bad habit that I still have is YouTube. I sometimes spend myself watching YouTube bullshit on YouTube, not productive, unproductive content. And I know for sure that in the future I will do it again. But I'm more have the long term mindset of, oh yeah, over time it's gonna just become lower and lower. You're gonna do it less and less and less and less and less. Because a few months ago, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months ago, I was doing the bad habits way more than I do now. And something I'm going to teach you is it's not really about how much time on average you spend doing the bad habit every day. It's more about how much time you spend doing a bad habit every month. So let me explain. It's not that you spend like 45 or exactly 7 hours doing it every single day. It's more like when you start to realize that it's a bad habit, it's more on some days you do 8 hours, on some days you maybe don't do it at all. And then another day you do 8 hours, 10 hours again. So instead of focusing on the daily hours you spend on the bad habit, focus more on the times, the amount of times you do it per month. And kind of think of it like kind of visualize it. Yeah, a few months ago I used to do it like 30 times a month or 40 times a month. And now I'm able to just do it 28 times a month. It's actually good progress. That's when I really think about it because there are some days where I will just wake up and just do it for like 8 to 10 hours just watch YouTube straight. But there are some days where I literally spend just maybe 30 minutes doing it or I don't do it at all. So instead of just looking at it as this consistent stat of, oh yeah, every day I do it for 5 hours, every day I do it for 6 hours. No, look more of it of this like this graph like this. This day you do 8 hours, then you just do 30 minutes, then you just do 10 hours, and then you do 2 hours, and then you do. It's more like a very inconsistent graph with this bad habit. It's not like a linear thing, and don't see it like that when it comes to daily hours you spend on the bad habit. See it more as this inconsistent thing, and focus more on increasing the days where you spend very little time doing it. Because it's never going to be just consistent graph of, okay, every day I spend 1 hour, exactly 1 hour doing it. Every day I spend exactly 30 minutes doing it. No. It's really this graph of, oh yeah, this day I spent 8 hours. This day, next day I spent just two, then 8 hours again, then 10, then 3, then 30 minutes, then 6, then I didn't spend any time on it at all. See it more like that and kind of visualize your progress in this manner. More of, oh yeah, spending less, more days where I don't do it over time, slowly increasing over time. And a very powerful trick is make a timetable. Make a calendar, have a calendar, and know exactly what you do from which time to which time. So right now I know that from 4 to 6 a.m. I'm working. From 6 to 9 I'm training. From 9 to 10, Not from 9. Oh yeah, no. From 9 to 9:30, I'm eating. No, no, no. I'm first. Yeah, I think from 9 to 9:30, I'm eating. Then from 9:30 to literally 16, to just literally 6 p.m., I'm learning. Oh no, no, wait. I haven't forgot my own calendar. So no, from 4 to 6, I'm working. From 6 to 9, I'm training. From 9 to 11, I'm working again. Then from 11 to 11:30, I'm eating. Then from 11:30 to 6 p.m., I'm just learning, reading books, watching informational podcasts. Then I'm doing my night routines, so stretching, brushing my teeth, quick meditation, and then I go to bed. I know exactly what I do from which time to which time. I have it on my computer. I have it on my Google Calendar app. So that's slowly making a timetable. It's like the most overpowered thing when it comes to addictions. Schedule your day out. No, okay, this time to this time, I'm doing this. This time to this time, I'm doing this. And in the beginning, you the calendars, the schedules is gonna make in the beginning are gonna be very like are not gonna be very good because you don't really know much about how you really like to spend your time. You don't really know. Okay, I like to just work from this time to this time. You have to learn over time with exposure. So in the beginning, you might make some mistakes. You might realize, okay, now I don't really know much about how I like to spend my time. I don't really know much about when I like to work because in the past I just randomly worked when it was convenient. Just start making that schedule because it's so overpowered. It's like one of the best tricks when it comes to elections. And the other trick is it's like changing your basic attack. So I know you've maybe heard it in the past, but find an activity to replace a bad habit with. So for me, the activity for me that I replace my bad habit with it is reading and watching informational podcasts. So just learning. Learning has become the new way that when I realize I know to myself, when you know to yourself, doing a bad habit. Or about have this mindset of, oh yeah, I'm doing the bad habit. Okay, no, let's switch to the other basic attack. Find an activity that you just do every time you have nothing to do. So like I said, I what I do from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. is learning. It's because from that time I have no important activities to do. So I'm rather learn about the important activities so that I become better at them. Because I could like add activities like, oh yeah, riding my bike there or doing 4 hours of yoga. But actually learning about the activities that I already do, so it's my work and my training, is actually more productive to do. But in the past, imagine you did when you right now in your life when you, after you did some strength training, you already worked out, you already learned, you already worked, and you have nothing to do. The first reason like this is do the bad habit because it's become the new routine. It's become the new routine that, oh yeah, when I have nothing to do, I do the bad habit. Very often when you do the bad habit, it's more that you're bored, you have nothing to do. But now training more over time reinforce yourself to when you have nothing to do to do the new basic attack. So for me, it's learning, and I think for most people, it also should be learning. Learning about your craft, learning about the important things in your life. When you have nothing to do, learn. If you're like, I just an example. I don't think you really are, but if you're a triathlete, for example, triathletes are people that do like Ironmans of, oh yeah, they have run a marathon, then they do a bike ride, and they do swim on the same day, the same tournament. In the free time, when you have nothing to do, literally research about triathlons, research about how to ride your bike faster, research about what the best bike are, research about how to run the marathon and the triathlon faster, research how to swim more efficiently through books, podcasts, literally like that. When I'm not work, like when that time from when I have nothing to do, nothing important to do, what I do is I basically research about my work and my training and my diet, things that I can improve my drastically improve my productivity, make me more productive, make me produce better videos, make me talk better on camera with more charisma, make me better at my work, and the things that mean a lot to me in my life. So for me, the things that mean a lot to me are my work, so this channel, my training, so my fitness. So it comes strength training and fighting. I really enjoy fighting. So wrestling for me right now, but in the future might be MMA. Um, so for work, it's really I really focus on productivity right now because I think that's really the most important thing in the beginning phases to really master the art of productivity, and then family and social skills are the three things I research about. So when it comes to my work, I research something about diet because diet plays a big role when it comes to work. Even when it comes to fitness, I also research about diet. So I've noticed I've been researching a lot about the carnivore diet. I've been finding it very interesting. So when I am able to financially, I'm generally considering trying it out, the carnivore diet. And yeah, replace your basic attack. You've been doing when you have free time and have nothing to do. The first reflex has been to just do a bad habit. Change that reflex. When you have nothing to do, learn. Or maybe it might be something else for you. You might notice that there's an activity that's actually very, very productive to do when you have nothing to do. So maybe you have, yeah, just find something that's not very mentally taxing that you can literally replace a bad habit with. That you can spend, like literally, you could generally spend the whole day doing. So I could generally spend the whole day reading and watching some information, but I don't do it because still I want to spend some time working. It's actually the most important. If I just spend the whole day learning, it won't bring me anywhere. I still need to spend a lot of time just implementing the things I learned, so my work and my training, and the time I just spend outside with my family. So, a little summary of the things you can implement in this video, you can get from this video, actionable steps you can actually do. When you do the bad habit, when you try to eliminate a bad habit, don't have the mindset of, oh yeah, I'm just going to go from 100 to 0. I'm just going to never do it again. Have the mindset, know that, yeah, be humble and know, okay, I'm probably gonna do it again. It's probably not the last time I did a bad habit. I'm probably gonna do it again. Be humble and accept it. And then when you do it again, enjoy it. I know it sounds counterproductive, but enjoy it because when you beat yourself up, when you become groggy and angry at yourself, it just makes it a lot worse. You don't realize it, but it does. Um, See a realistic graph of how it works. Don't see it as this linear graph because it never is. It's more like on some days you do it for 8 hours, and the next day you do like 30 minutes, and then 8 hours again, and then 10 hours, and then 2 hours. So I have more the mindset of, oh yeah, I'm gonna reduce the amount of times I do it per month. Instead of the mindset of I'm gonna reduce my daily hours I spend on bad habits. Then make a schedule, make a timetable, make a calendar. Know exactly what you should do from which time to which time. Make your own calendar that works for you. So I told you a little bit of how my calendar looks like. I make it on Google Calendar. Make your own, and just fill up your day with productive activities that mean a lot to you, that bring you close to your goals. And then last thing, change your basic attack. Find an activity you should replace the bad habit with when you have nothing to do. For me, it's learning. I think for most people, should be learning. So yeah. I think this video was pretty valuable for the people that are addicted. I think really, if you implemented the things that I gave you in this video, well, you have the formula to just eliminate the bad habit, not tomorrow, but in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. For some people, 1 year. No, it doesn't sound sexy, but yeah, it's a long-term game. You've been addicted to the bad habit for 5 years and you think you can get rid of it in 1 week. No, it doesn't work like that. Be responsible for your actions. It's a long-term game. So yeah, I hope you have value from this video. If you're interested in my discipline package, where I teach you things I teach in my videos, but in a lot more details, then click the first thing in the description so you can see if you're good fit for it. Don't run from to go for it. Chase it.